Hey there, DayTraderRockStar here with a little research video, kind of update you on some of the new positions that got into today and looking really good for the rest of the week. But I also want to put out this as an announcement coming up very soon. We're going to have the Money Show again, Money Show presentations. I'll be doing a webinar for them. It'll be Tuesday, February 16th. That's next Tuesday at 12:10 p.m. to 12:40 p.m. All right, it's a half an hour presentation. I'm going to be using this time to go over one of my playbook trades, how to trade a channel and wedges, and we're talking everything about channel and wedges. You know, where to buy a channel, where to expect a channel to pull back, the combinations and best indicators to use with channels, how to use the channel and the divergence, measured moves out of channels, everything to do with channels, because it's one of the best ways to trade, actually, when you use channels and you add those channels to some of the other indicators we like to use, like stochastics and divergences. Channels have been showing up on Bitcoin so many times this week, and it's very easy to pinpoint some really good levels off of that. And then most of the stocks we get into, especially the HPS setups, are based off of channels. So it's a very important level, and it might seem like a basic thing, but it's actually more advanced than you do know. So you have to actually sign up for this. It's free. I'll put the link in the video description if you could just do that, because I do this every year with them, and we kind of just do it together. So I appreciate that if you support me and watch the presentation, the webinar. You'll get a lot out of it. I've been normally doing the divergence webinars. There'll be some divergence that work in this webinar also, but divergence is working with channels. So I'm going to rotate everything around to channels, but there will be a lot of divergence work in this also. So that's on the Money Show. If you go to moneyshow.com and sign up for their schedule, you'll find me, do a search for John Carisco, and then again, that's February 16th. Put on your calendars. I'll probably remind you before that multiple other times and stuff. But again, I'll put the link in the thing. So the other big thing I wanted to do is talk about our new positions this week and how coming into this week, I was saying we have to go where the money is. And the money is out of the GameStops and out of the short plays. And it's really been focused on a lot of the small cap stocks and micro cap stocks also. I mean, small cap, you've heard how well the Russell is doing from the beginning of the year. It's doing really well. All these cheaper stocks, all the smaller market cap, low float stocks are under the eyeballs of these new aggressive type of traders, crowd traders, crowd kind of sourcing for traders. And even though we might put log a lot of them in, or kind of group a lot of them into Robinhood traders, they're not all Robinhood. I just sometimes use the Reddit or the Robinhood just to kind of give you a feeling of what's out there. There is a big surge of new traders out there, new blood out there, and they're running around the market like they don't even have a training guide. And they're crashing and burning left and right. But what they will get attracted to the cheap stuff. They all, a lot of amateurs always start off with real penny stocks and stuff. And that's why I always kind of say, get away from those. Don't chase the crowd. That's the one thing you have to learn. You have to be against the crowd, chasing the crowd. You can be selling into the crowd. Now, you say, Johnny, well, how can you be saying, preaching staying away from them, and now your videos are about them? Well, because we know what's working in the market, and we want to be in them before they come. So I'm identifying stocks that haven't moved yet, that when they move, you're automatically up 200 to 500%. We've made 1,000% on one of our trades this week. And when you get these type of returns, you can't not take advantage of it. If it's working, you got to jump on it. Even though it seems a little dirty, there is a technique to it. And again, it's mainly finding these setups before the crowd finds them. And as you know from the news, and if you follow it yourself, and if you're addicted to trading like so many of us are, your ear is always out there, and you're listening to what's going on. And the Reddit group is really big, and the stock Twitch groups, and they all converge on certain stocks. And if a stock is running, that's where all the traders are going, because they know they can exaggerate the moves And even though it's a tough game to be in, because usually you get the alert, everyone jumps in, and at one point you're going to top out, and the last person's going to be up there holding the bag, or a lot of people are going to hold the bag, and it's going to, we'll see these volatility stops, halts, I should say, and market, then gapping down a buck and halting again and gapping, and people are just trapped and crushed. Well, you don't want them. I don't want to promote that at all. The promotion part of it is understanding what they're searching for and finding that. And kind of like I was screaming today. I kind of like an analogy of like laying traps down. You're putting the food out there. Waiting for the animals to come by and eat it. So you got the right techniques to sell. Must I go over some of these? Must I? All right. And I'm kind of embarrassed to tell you I was in a micro penny here, or a penny. Look at this. We're in at a penny and a half on this. And what we're seeing is, in this case, what we're seeing is after a big pop, we get the follow through, we get the momentum traders to come in. Now this might say, hey, it's not even 2 cents, or it's 13 cents now, but it wasn't even a penny before, or it was a penny. It went up 1,000%. And that's just like understanding we're just getting a little pop, and you have to find those pops right when they happen, get in, get the momentum behind you, and sell as it's going up. All right? The hardest part is knowing, hey, will this be a 26-cent stock? Will it be a $1 stock down the road? We don't know. The same thing with the Viru. Who would have known that Viru is going to be a $22 stock at one point? Here's INPX here, one of the first poppers we got into in July when we started to see these start to shape up. So I like the pullback here. It kind of chopped around for a while, but I feel like our time is right now. It's acting pretty good, but this is where we really started to see some of these. And I'm just going to go over some of these trades that we've had. And here's actually one. Oh, that's not the one. But look at that. I just came across that. I put it in the wrong symbol, but that's actually one of these type of flat lines that I like, but the price is not right on that. Well, this one's no longer. Forget about that one. All right, here we go. AIKI. Again, back here. You can see Flatline and where these things are really starting to come alive in January and February. All these micro penny stocks, we'll really call them a penny. If they're under $1, we're going to call them a penny. And we can see how these are all started to move in January. These were what we all had these right before they were moving. They're all Flatline setups. Works. There was a couple new ones recently, and that's continued to push at the highs now. TLGT got the pop today, continues to run. These are all grinding higher. This is why we're just kind of focused on some of the JSDU, JSDA, which it was on the watch list. I didn't take this one, but I give it to Raindrops, who called us one when it was down here in the 20. I think it was like 23 cents. It doubled. Went up above 50. Actually, today, a big candle to the downside. Let's be interested to see. That's not a big candle. That's fine. But with another, great. People are starting to realize that's what we're looking for. Flatline poppers. Now, the one thing I'm seeing now, just kind of comparing all these poppers, these are all getting the upside lift of small caps, and the money flow going into these at the beginning of the year. Historically, the beginning of the year is very strong for small caps. So, again, trying to ride the wave as long as the wave goes. Art W here. It hasn't really gotten the pop yet that I want, but I'm still, still in this one. I think that one's going to go. Of course, we were in the bingo before bingo was bingo. Must I remind you? We were the beginners of bingo. Bingo warrants. Had those at 13 cents. VTGR. Vistagen. Again, had it under $1. It's moved to $2. I still have some of it. I still like it here. I think that the medicine is kind of a unique medicine, so I'm willing to give this one a little ride, but it's already doubled on us. Now there was a few new ones later on we got into, and of course the ADMA is popping now. It's starting to run. $3 looks good. DAC has a $5 target on it. I'd say I'd be considered getting out at $4, honestly, because but hey, we'll see what happens when we get up there. Still holding that ADMA. Timber, TMBR, had it on the flatline popper, and it's starting to move now. It's starting to move up here. I do not have this one, Timber. I don't have Timber, but we did get into this one. Wait. That's which one am I in here? Well, let me go back through these. I'm not in this one. I'm in one that's very similar to this, but that was on the watch list. See, BRQS is another one, which is starting to move slightly. I'm watching this one, not in this one either. Of course, some of the great flatline poppers on a couple. NSPR was on a recent watch list. And again, usually these are on the watch list while they're trading under $1 in this level, and we're looking for these to pop. This one, again, you could see was trading 50 cents. Finally got it back over 115. Flatline poppers, and see what else. Finally pulled the trigger on a couple new ones today, so let's go over those. Or also the XTNT starting to move out like that, consolidation, very nice. But let's go to the new setups today. So what did JFU? That showed up on my radar a couple days ago. It hasn't really popped yet. That's it. It's not my favorite. Definitely. It's over $1.75. I'd like to get them right around $1. Usually underneath $1. LVGI. I think this is a hidden gem. I like this one a little bit better. It's still very cheap, 10 cents. It hasn't got the pop yet. I did full research on today's show. We looked at the website, read the last financials. Everything looked good. They're acquiring companies, and it's moving up a little on us. It's 9 cents. I mean, it's cheap, but wow, fits the criteria nice. So we got in on that. Let's see, hold on. Okay. Oh, all right, here we go. All right, so let's go back here a bit. Because I got into a lot of stuff today. So today is, all right, so sold the Boeing. All right, hold on, let me go back further. So sold the warrants. We sold the warrants in LGHL, which popped today. And I sold the warrants in those today. The warrants on those. Lion Group holding warrants. And you can see a nice pop on that. And it looks like it's still going to go, but I was just kind of I couldn't even read how many things I have on my screen. I have to start scrolling. And I want to be able to take profits when we can. Let me get to you. Hold on. We sold the TSOI. We sold that. More of that today. Look at that. That was great. Happy to be mostly out of that. Went to JFU. The CELZ, which is giving us already a big percentage gain on this. Not that one. Hold on. CELZ. Excuse me. And we got the first pop. Expecting this to continue tomorrow. Where do we go? 13 cents? 14 cents? Maybe. Took half off. You know, I mean, you got to take half off when you get close to an 800% return. So, we're in the ISIG. Another small floater. We're in that. We sold the rest of our sundial today. Sundial marijuana play, SNDL. And again, sold it into the strength. Then that was another kind of a flatline popper. Eventually started moving nice on that. I'm happy to be out of that. A couple of small stocks here I got into here. ITOX. This is interesting. I love sometimes you get a big pop, pulls back, holds the 20, and then rotates, and then really blows off this. And if we get a big move, who knows where this could go. I mean, I think that's an easy double. Very interested on that one too. And then we had, did I go over the radar yet? Or well, let me go in order here. Then we got, oh yeah, all right. So let's do the radar. Radar's the next one. Cyberbullying stock, first pop. So like to get a little follow through on this tomorrow. Not 100% sure. And we started getting this thing going. It sold off a little after, when it got a nice pop, it came back. It's okay. At least got some news on it, or at least some activity on it. Shouldn't say news. No news on that. And then the ATDS. There's another new one. And again, another cheapie. So I kind of went overboard today on these. Been doing good on other things. So I just put a lot of, my example was throwing a lot of stuff against the wall and seeing what sticks here. And that's sold the Boeing then. We had a nice pop in Boeing. Made $250 on that, just on holding that. Two calls today, $250. And then sold this I did last trade of the day. I did sell the CELZ, half of my position on that. Going into the next couple days, the web key. I like this, liking a lot. Again, they're pushing out a lot of news, but none of the news is moving the stock. They need something significant to move the stock. It looks like. I think we're going to get that follow through on CELZ. That is something I'm liking. Watching for any new one that's going to start to show up. The LVGI looks good. I think that's going to be a good one. Yeah, Limited Ventures. That is one of my favorites right now. And CELZ here for follow through day. LVGI. Oh, and then finally, we're gonna load up on Dragoneer here. Very close to pulling the big guns out here on this one. This is pulled back quite enough. I went over the financials of the new company. I did a lot of research on it tonight. I mean, this is really just crazy how this is pulled back like this. Just because. So I think tomorrow I would be adding to it. I have 300 shares now that I picked up. What price did I get those at? let me tell you. So I'm underwater. I know I'm underwater on the 300 shares because I'm trying to catch it on the pullback. But now I really do feel good. 1231. It's 1171. So not that bad, you know. But again, if we can actually just gap down just a little tomorrow, I'd pick up a few hundred more shares of this. I think I'm looking at the warrants too. The warrants haven't sold up. I mean, well, I shouldn't say they shouldn't have sold up. They didn't sell off as much, but they did. Well, anyway, this one is. It looks like the business that they acquired, merging with, is a really good business. I think it's just an overreaction, and this is going to be corrected really fast. Really, really fast. Someone's going to come out and say this is stupid. And I like the weakness. So if I could get the weakness in common stock here tomorrow, anywhere lower than this, I have a feeling we might be chasing. I almost pulled the trigger before just to pick it up here, 1171. For, you know. And I said, you know what? Maybe we'll have one more pullback and we could buy the dip on this. That would be a reversal candle. And I'd like to see this Merc here starting to reverse. Well, I hope this is a reversal candle, and I hope we call this one triple bottom, going all the way back here. 1, 2, 3, reversal candle, pullback, changing of the guard, new CEO, new head of research. Everything here looks good. Going on the 5th day pullback after a gap down, so it's a 5 to 7 day pullback. That's a perfect setup right there. Merc. So got into these today. And that's kind of an update on what we got going on here at Day Trading Radio. Hope you enjoyed that update. I'm doing a little research tonight. I'm going to dig back into that. But don't forget, please sign up if you can. I'll put the link in the room for the because the ladies email me because I haven't posted a link or promoted the appearance. So I got to promote it a bit. So okay. All right, I want to send this off. So send it off to the internet. Let you guys get ready and work on some things tonight. All right, here we go.